ready. I'm going to record, play some music, and we're going to kick this party off.
Woohoo!
Well, I'd like to say you found us on a Thursday night, but you're all joining us tonight. So thank you for listening to Caching in the Northwest. Did you know this is the only podcast dedicated to geocaching in the Great Pacific Northwest? We're going to talk about caches and cachers unique to this little corner of the country. So while you're digging the sunscreen out of the back of the medicine chest, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
All right, that also means it's time to bring in our monkeys. Some say in 1985, Al Gore consulted with him about the internet, while others say he rides a motorcycle in the Canadian winter. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
That's right. Not only was I consulted by Al Gore, I came up with the expression, the tubes of the internet. So you're all very welcome.
It's like a series of tubes.
Wow, that's interesting. Moving right along.
I'm sorry, that was the wrong answer.
Yeah. Thanks for playing. There'll be some nice parting gifts for you at the door on the way out.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Don't forget to play our home game.
I think we are playing the home game.
That's true.
All right. We want to thank all of our faithful patrons, and on this very special episode, we are thanking most of them in person. But just for the sake of posterity, let's note that our Denali level supporters are Limax, Team Squirrel, and WorldCaching.com. And now, we have other supporters, don't we?
We're going to go through all the supporters tonight. Our Mount Rainier level, we have Broncos Fans for Life, Sprouter, and B Pendragon. Our Mount Waddington level, we have iHam and Die Monkey.
Yes, and at the Mount Bachelor level, there's OBX Geek, GeoNav Pros, Winos Seattle, Shermanator 18, Kid Vegas 19, Dune Buddy, not 20, it wasn't a series, Alaska ER Doc, Subway Mark, Doramore, and the Geo Gearheads. If there's anybody else out there want to know more about supporting the show, click the Patreon link over there on that CachingNW.com website. Now tonight, you know what we're going to talk about? Well, caching in the Northwest.
And you.
And you. The people that make caching in the Northwest enjoyable and possible. So, Caching in the Northwest, you know, we've offered a badge to spruce up your geocaching.com profile page. All you need to do is submit a GLOW, which stands for Geocaching Log of the Week, a phrase coined by someone here in the chat room, in the video, and you can have a GLOW badge of your own.
That's right. So whether you wrote it or you read it, we want to hear about it because great logs simply makes geocaching better. Send an email to feedback@cachingnw.com. Call in to 253-693-TFTC. That's our Google Voice number. Or use the voicemail tool right there on the website and show us how you glow.
That's right. And this week's GLOW was contributed, I believe this is Professor Tonks. Is that what Prof. Tonks means? That's what it means to me. And interestingly enough, the GLOW this week is from a DNF. The loggers couldn't find a cache called An Innocent Love of Geocaching. Ooh, excuse me. And the log reads, a mad dash, 4 and a bit days around Seattle with closet Jar Jar fan and multitasking amigo muchacho Matt D2K. Our mission? Align cache find numbers and land with the same so as to make visiting HQ our joint 10,000th find. Planning involved included caching like mad, coordinating work shift patterns, staring goggle-eyed at maps, plotting routes to webcams, virtuals, Jasper Challenge caches, and super favorited caches. We managed to incorporate 2 events to meet funky HQ lackeys and soaking wet Canadian cousins. The miles blew by as banter and driving tunes rocked. My thanks to every lovely CO whose caches we visited. And now for the personalized bits. The idea of incorporating this into our trip was always on the cards. Our plans changed a bit for our last day, and suddenly doing this was possible. I worked out the first stage quite quickly, despite the extra exposure to the rain. And with the aid of some nearby Starbucks Wi-Fi, we plodded on to stage 2. That proved to be even easier, and we had final coordinates. Once in the vicinity of that, our sat-nav was thrown by new road layout, and easy parking eluded us as the rain absolutely lashed down. From the spoiler photo, we were convinced we were in the right area, but our luck must have run out. So, farewell, Seattle, on a heck of a DNF, but thanks all the same.
All right. Well, that was quite the log.
Yeah.
Great glow. So you know what? Even if you're having a DNF, you can still have fun with your log and create a glow. So thank you very much to Prof Tonks for sharing that. That was great. And folks, if there is a milestone cache find that you're celebrating, why not call it in to 253-693-TFTC and share it with the entire Northwest geocaching community. Heck, you can even use that voicemail tool on the website and send us in your glow submission. We would love to hear. We'd love to be able to play it in your own very special voice. And
because I was going to say things always sound better in your own voice rather than ours. You hear ours enough.
Well, I don't know.
not excluding the dulcet tones of the land monkey.
Oh yeah,
that's not where I was going, but yeah, I was just going to say. Anyways, moving on. Hey, what I also want to throw out here, because something we've talked about in the show, but maybe haven't promoted enough, is some of the special perks that we give to those who help promote the show. So we've recently done some work with one of our favorite path tag designers over on Vancouver Island, HB Van Isle Lady, and come up with a couple of very cool path tags that we have been making available to patrons. So
you better believe that.
Yeah,
so which one do we want to start with?
Well, why don't we start with the one that was supposed to be for this past weekend?
Yes.
All right.
And hold on, I'm working on this. Here we go.
Start at the very beginning.
There we go. This is what we designed for our 200th episode, thinking that the hike to Monte Cristo was going to happen. And so actually this on this path tag is artwork, a rendition of the artwork that's found on the Welcome to Monte Cristo sign. So my whole idea was to hand these out when we got to the Monte Cristo sign on the hike. So I'm going to put these out in the mail soon. And if you happen to see one of your hosts somewhere, ask them for one, and we will get it to you. Now, talking about the Monte Cristo hike, I found some things out.
Do tell.
Oh, it was heartbreaking to find out that the road had actually opened May 18th. Now, we had no idea when it was going to open, and 2 weeks before the hike, I had to make a call and say, we're not going to do it. There is a website, and I can't remember which one I use, that hikers go on hikes and then report back, kind of give a log of their hike. And this one, he just hiked the trail to Monte Cristo. He says, the road is open now to the trailhead. The bugs only seem to be a big problem at the parking lot upon my return. There are obstacles to get past, down trees, slides, and right before the big log crossing that many warned me about, there was a section that was particularly challenging to get across. It was soft sand soil on the bank of a river with growth to the right. I imagine in time, and maybe not much time, the trail here will literally fall into the river. One wrong step and you could end up in the river. I saw that people had infants on their backs and they were able to navigate safely, so it is doable. The rewards. Oh,
I was going to say, people with infants on their backs are great to go hiking with because you can easily outrun them.
Yeah. They're great for when the bears attack.
Yeah.
Wow. That's where we went with that. No, people hiking with infants on their backs are usually stronger and more limber than we are.
True. Anybody is more strong and limited than I am, but you set the bar low there for me.
Okay. The rewards of scenery in the ghost town at the top made it well worth the trip. It took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes from Bellevue to get to the trailhead. I actually spent about 7 hours hiking and exploring. The park ranger, I don't think it was a park ranger told me he could make it up in 2 hours and back in 2 hours, but he also advised that you should give yourself plenty of time to explore and navigate the trails. They aren't really marked well in many of the areas, so make sure to bring a copy of the map with you. So there you have it. The trail to Monte Cristo is open. Looking at the map, the road past Monte Cristo is closed, and I believe they're doing some repair on the road, so it may be closed for some time. I actually wanted to get a couple of hiking reports before we decide if this trip is doable, because, if any of the bridges had washed out this winter because of the extreme weather, snow, and then the runoff from that melted snow can cause damage. I want to make sure that the trail, the path was doable. Mm-hmm. So there you go. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that we've lost Land Monkey is what I think about that.
He just didn't want to do the hike.
Yeah, I know. Well, he wanted to do the hike, and then he's angry because the trail actually opened and we weren't able to do it. But I think there are technical issues. Perhaps we have angered the Googles with trying to have a party with so many of us here tonight. But I'm willing to forge ahead anyway because, dang the Googles, let's just do it anyway. Okay. Land Monkey, are you back with us?
Well, I was doing my own podcast by myself. Everybody else disappeared, and I was still on what looked like the live stream. So I was having a great show.
I bet it was. You guys. I bet it was wonderful.
I bet it was.
It was one of the best shows we've ever had for our 200th episode. Really disappointed.
What were you talking
about? Well, I was talking about our gifts for our patrons. I was talking about the winning lotto numbers.
Wait a minute. You know those?
Well, I already shared them. So if you missed it, I can't be held responsible.
I've never thought of you as responsible anyway. So,
well, there you go.
It's pretty true. So, since tonight is going so well for our 200th episode,
yes, swimmingly, I might say.
Where are we at? What's going on?
Well, since you brought it up, let's talk. Well, that's not the right button. Let's talk about some other things. We have this path tag that many of you have seen, the shaped path tag. From there's Land Monkey has his. It's a little less focused than mine, but same idea.
I'm a little less focused.
That came out really quite well. This is our first of the Creatures of the Northwest path tag.
Nice.
Let's see. Lock it on there. There we go.
We had this one. We created this one in honor of the ape cache returning to the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
And back it off a little bit there, Land Monkey.
As you may be able to tell, we have actually identified who keeps taking the ape cache.
Mm-hmm. There you see Bigfoot in possession of the ape cache, walking away from the tunnel of light.
So there you go. All the breaking news on caching in the Northwest.
What did we break? I thought we did pretty well. Oh, we broke the Googles.
Yeah, we broke the Googles. Broke the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to get your grubby little geocaching paws on some of these cool path tags and trackables,
who wouldn't?
Is sponsor the show. That's it. It's that easy.
You broke the focus on your camera.
Yeah,
Land Monkey. You seem a little less crisp tonight, a little fuzzy.
Oh.
And
he's an old softy. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. Okay. People in the chat room are
short pale ale. That shouldn't be that fuzzy.
People in the chat room are saying it's sexy. They must be referring to Land Monkey, not the coin.
Well, I'm assuming so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, have we talked about the Monte Cristo hike?
Yes.
Okay. Where are we
at? And Three Hams loves Monte Cristo, especially when they're grilled on both sides, says Corey. Yes.
Good stuff.
I like, yeah. That makes me hungry.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that we're not the only ones in the hangout tonight?
Sorry, what?
Who?
I know. It's amazing.
And yet we still have people in the chat room and people watching. I hardly know what to do. Oh, so welcome to all of our wonderful patrons who have joined us tonight. You guys really make Caching in the Northwest possible, and you encourage us. I want to let you know that you are the reason that we do Caching in the Northwest every week. Yeah, we get out here and we just have fun. But you guys encourage us and keep us going. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. We really appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys encourage us. Chris makes us keep going.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to crack a whip around here.
Yeah, well. You've got them all beaten to submission, and I think you muted most of them. So
I didn't mute any of them yet. Oh, but I can.
Don't.
Oh.
Reminiscent of his previous caching name.
Oh, so
Do we want to do a round of introduction?
no, apparently not. The answer is no.
Been
Yes, let's do a round of introductions. I'd love to do that, but I know everybody is in a different spot in video. So
Why don't you run them through, Chris?
I was going to say I can run through their names and you guys can say hi. So from my left to right, we'll start with Broncos fan for life.
Hi.
And next to her, we have Dora Moore.
Hello.
Next to her, we have GeoNav Pros. And he's not saying anything. He's the silent type.
Yes,
Next up,
releasing the mute.
next up, we have Limax.
Greetings.
Oh, he's quick on the mute. We have Wits End.
hey, I'm always here. Just move on.
I know you were next in the video.
Oh,
And then
thanks.
Land Monkey,
Hey.
Subway Mark,
Hey.
and Tracy from World Caching, who's having some connection problems. So, hi, Tracy.
We know
I
she's
said
saying hi.
We know she is.
Yeah.
I have to ask, is that the same order you're seeing video, the little snippets in, or is it different for you guys?
It's close.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I'm on the far right, but that's fine.
yeah, everybody their own videos on the far right, but the rest okay. I want to start off by asking you guys, what geotours have you done this year, and are you planning to do any in the upcoming summer, upcoming months? Does anybody want to jump in first, or should I pick one at random? If nobody raises their hand, I'm going to pick a student.
But you are married to a school teacher, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I want to jump in here on the one that we just did this past weekend. So I would like to get it rolling here. We just came back from a 3-day trip down to the Mount Rainier area. We tackled that Mount Rainier geotour. I have to say it is a really, really well done geotour. Had a lot of fun. Love the fact that you've got earth caches and multis and puzzles all tied in together with the geotour. It makes it just that much more enjoyable. I also want to throw out a special thanks to a few people. Ojoy, CRS, Hazard, and Rambudo, who all have been really helpful in us working through that geotour. We have 78 of the total caches completed. We're going to try and wrap up the remaining, what would that be, 22 on our next drive through later in the summer.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun. Some of the roads in Mount Rainier Park were closed, so there's a few caches we just simply couldn't get to. We had to change mid-flight, but we made the most of it. Videos are being edited. Pictures have been posting on Instagram and Twitter at LandMonkeyGC, so check it out there. But so I'll throw it out there to start with that one. But let's go around and see. I think Broncos fan for life had her hand up. Let's see what she's got.
I've done the Mount Rainier one. That's a good one. Chris has the cache from that.
I do. I have an earth cache just for Land Monkey. I haven't gotten an email yet, Land Monkey.
Yeah, because I haven't done yours yet.
No.
I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, you're going to be disappointed.
So last weekend we drove down to Benton County in Oregon and did their history challenge for a coin.
I just did that last weekend. It's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, good. And then I'm going to go to Utah at the end of June.
Yes, we hear about your 4-day Utah trip.
Gonna
You're
happen.
going to defy the Visit Utah people and get that done in 4 days.
Orange jacket.
There you go.
Let's go back to the previous one, the one you just did in Benton County, you said, Oregon?
Yeah, Corvallis. Yeah.
Or Corvallis, thank you. How many caches, and you got a coin at the end, you said?
Well, I mailed away for it. You have
Okay.
to only do 15, but I think there was 17 and then like 15 virtual caches that aren't real virtual caches. And if you do them all, you get entered into a drawing or something.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of good history there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So whereabouts in Oregon is that?
Where Oregon State University is.
So relative to, let's say, Portland.
It's about an hour south of Portland,
Okay.
before Eugene.
Yep.
Awesome.
Nice. Land Monkey, back to you for a moment.
Yes.
The few caches you didn't do, the 22 actually, is it because you could not get to them? The roads were closed? Was it your goal to get to all 100?
No, it wasn't our goal to get to all 100. So what we did is we've got a little bit of strategy going here. We're also recognizing the fact that the Visit Rainier Geo Tour closes down this October. So, you know, I've been promoting it on social media that if you want to do this, you better get out there this summer and do it. So that said, we went down on our Canadian long weekend, which is the weekend before the US long weekend, which is, you know, advantageous because on Monday, all you guys had to go to work and I got to go geocaching.
Yes, and we hate you.
Yeah, well, just add it to the list.
Okay.
So then we were bombing around. The idea was that we were going to try and get pretty much everything on the west and south part of the Geo Tour, and the northeast part we were going to get in later in the summer when we come back from our second road trip to Utah, and we come back through Yakima. We figure we can kind of do a swath and get most of those remaining caches. There was about 3 or 4 that we just simply couldn't get to because the roads were closed.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, as another thing to throw out there, just from sort of a safety perspective, I don't know if anybody's planning to go out there this weekend, but one thing we did notice, one of the earth caches that you do there, you very cool. You actually gather data electronically from one of the river gauges. What we noticed when we got home is that the flow on that river gauge went through the roof the couple days after we left there. So they're getting a huge amount of melt that's coming down there. And so just, you know, if you're going up there, I'm sure it's not going to close the park, but be careful around the riverbanks.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been warm here this week.
Mm-hmm. In case any of you are interested, because I have a cache on that Geo Tour, I get the stats for that.
That's cool.
For the entire time that the cache series, all 100 have been out, there have been 13,600 finds. There are 1,200 cachers who have found at least one cache. Narrows down to 93 who have found 50 or more, and only 34 have found all 100 caches. We have a 100 cache finder here, don't we?
Yes.
Nice job.
Nice job. Well done. You're one of 34.
Alrighty then.
But
Right.
you're
That's
number
fine.
1 in our book.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. Anybody else planning Geo Tours in the upcoming future? Or you recently have done one that you go, wow, that was really good?
Oh, well, the Richmond one, the Canada
Yes.
150.
Those
We
were
did.
very well crafted geocaches.
Yeah, I was very impressed. And there was an earth cache and a couple of multis as well. Really worth doing.
There's the
GeoNav Pros has the coin there.
Nice.
I still have, I think, 3 caches to find.
Oh, Sorry we couldn't get to all of them when you were here.
Yeah, that's fine. I have to come back up.
Good.
I think I'm allowed in the country again. I'll have to check. Any others?
How
So
about a first find in Cuba?
Tell us about your Cuba experience, your Cuban experience.
Ooh, that was so much fun. We actually were on a tour in a cab of an old sugar plantation that's being restored. And we thought how awesome it would be to have a geocache there. Well, later on in the day, we checked and there was a geocache there. About 10 feet away from where I was actually thinking it would be a perfect spot to put a cache.
No.
Nice.
Oh, yes. So we
By
drove
another vacationer?
we drove back and actually were first to find on the cache.
Oh, brand new one. Nice.
Yes. So yeah, that was our lovely experience in Cuba.
Now, if I recall, you can't bring a GPS device into Cuba. Is that still correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so it adds a little difficulty to cache find there.
That and getting data. Yeah, their internet's not very good, what we're used to at all.
Well, you have to geocache by compass and map when you're in Cuba.
Almost. I should have printed a map.
Can you use a cigar?
Yes, as a matter of fact,
Back to
I hear those are quite good.
they are awesome, actually.
I think if you take a cigar, put a pin in it, and then float it in water, it always points north.
I'm going to try that. It would be a waste of a good cigar.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I'm just going to throw out a few folks from the chat room chiming in. Three Hams and a Rose and Brylang both have also done the Canada 150 Geo Tour as recent as last weekend. I think Tracy from World Caching has been quiet, but I know that her and Donners and a couple other folks did a marathon of the Geo Tours this past weekend as well. And Brian Lang said he's planning to get back up to Gold Country to continue working away on that Geo Tour, which I refer to as kind of a career Geo Tour. It takes a number of trips.
I can imagine. Yes. That would be something I'd like to try, but yeah. Now, I have to ask, since I haven't done any, what's the closest to Vancouver for the Geo Tour?
Sorry, for which one?
The Gold Country.
Well, none of them are really close to Vancouver. You're driving out.
That's what I was afraid
past the
of.
mountains.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't looked at it because, well, it's not been an option.
Well, I'll tell you what. We have somebody coming
Come
on
on up.
next week who can talk to us all about that Geo Tour.
No.
Nice.
Who?
Well, that would be Terry Hadwin of Gold Country Geotourism.
Very cool.
She may be the most what do I want to what the most returning guest? That's not proper English.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah. Well, no,
Asher.
the most frequent guest on our podcast. Most frequent returning guest.
Frequent flyer miles here on Caching
Yes.
NW.
Oh, there you go. Use that. Good. Well, we several weeks ago we went and did the Bigfoot Geo Tour down. I don't even know what county that's in.
past Camas.
Yeah, it's a little town. They've got 10 big feet hidden around. Well, 20 big feet if you count the actual feet.
At North Bonneville.
Bonneville, thank you, North Bonneville. See, Subway Mark is very useful, especially with anything Oregon related.
Maybe.
Tracy, I'm sorry you're not able to join in tonight, but thank you for listening. Did that. I was able to get 8 out of the 10. One of them, I wasn't willing to wade in waist deep to water. There was still flooding. And another one, there was construction nearby and they had it roped off. But You know,
Sorry, that stops a geocacher. How?
Yeah. It's like roads being closed in Mount Rainier.
What could go wrong?
yeah, no, I didn't do it. So I'm going to have to head back down that way and get 2 more just to complete the geo tour to say I did it. I don't believe there's a coin involved, but
No, not for the Bonneville one.
I did it nonetheless. And some of the big feet are quite cute.
Do you get extra credit if you drive a Pontiac Bonneville while you're doing it?
Ooh. And what if you have a lead foot?
Hmm.
It's not the same as a Bigfoot.
Then
Is it?
you're going to get a souvenir, but it's not the one you want.
Yeah. You get to meet the nice residents of North Bonneville.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bonneville's finest.
Maybe if it's a 56 Pontiac.
Ooh.
Ooh. That would be something special. A convertible for the summer.
Yeah.
Speaking of summer, do we have any summer plans? Well, let's talk with Dora Moore here for a moment, because in Canada there's something going on this summer, but I can't remember what it is.
150th birthday, maybe?
Oh, that might be it. Yeah.
That's it. It's Land Monkey's
Okay.
150th birthday.
That's right.
You're looking good, Land Monkey.
That's right.
Yeah, I've got an event planned, but hopefully there will be others in the lower mainland.
So right now yours is the only event.
Right now, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm going to try to make it up for that.
Awesome.
So
You have to wear red and white and come up with at least one reason to love Canada.
Timbits may already be taken.
I was going to say, is Tim Hortons taken?
But we love Canada because Dora Moore's there.
Exactly.
You only need to buy 1 vowel.
Thanks.
Oh, can I tell the joke? It's old. We've all heard it.
You did.
Okay. Never mind. I won't tell it then.
Just gets funnier every telling.
No, it doesn't.
Not really, no.
I only to be polite because you're Canadian. You have to be polite.
You know.
Oh, so Canada's 150th. There's if you have an event or go to an event July 1st and 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
you get a special souvenir from geocaching.com. Now, Land Monkey, you were the entire reason they did this, isn't it?
Well, I would like to think so. Probably not, but I certainly was one of the more vocal proponents of having.
You're kind of quiet.
For Canada sometimes. Yeah. So, needless to say, when we heard that news break, I was over the moon with the news that Canada would get our own souvenir in celebration of our 150th anniversary. So, thank you very much, geocaching.com, for that.
That is awesome.
Honor and recognition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it for more than one day.
Yeah.
It's
Now we
another
just
one of
work
those
on
pet
Earth
peeves.
Catch Day, but we'll get there. One
Yeah,
thing,
my event's actually the Sunday morning,
Okay.
because I figure people will be doing other Canada Day things on the 1st. So
So yours
Sunday
is on
morning.
the 2nd.
Yeah.
What time?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
in Delta.
North Delta, yeah. I can walk to it. It's real close.
So then people can stay at your place.
Possibly. There might already be someone camping in our front yard. I've got a friend who's a muggle driving across the country, and he may be arriving that weekend.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
for your event. Oh, very
I know.
nice.
He's a muggle. I don't know. I just don't know.
Great way to introduce them to geocaching.
That's right.
Could be. Could be.
Well, if I get up early, can I just take a nap in your driveway?
Sure, no problem.
Okay. So that's very 1st of July. Anybody have summer plans for June, July, August that you want to
Work.
share? Work?
Well,
You really know how to party there, GeoNap Pros.
That's the same plan I have.
Yeah, me too.
I'm planning a 4-day trip. We're calling it DEMBA, which stands for Dora Moore's Epic Milestone Birthday Adventure. And we're headed up to Whistler.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love the name. That was
Extra
well done.
credit. Yeah, extra credit for acronyms.
Well, we did NEMBA 3 years ago for Nankikaro's epic milestone birthday. And we actually went to Oregon for the original stash for that one.
Mhm.
But we're headed to
That's a
Whistler
worthy
for
trip.
4 days. It was fantastic. We really enjoyed it.
It's very cool. So what are you planning to do when you're up in Whistler?
Gee,
Whistle.
maybe some,
Yeah.
EA.
well, running from bears, probably.
Yeah, there may be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's where I encountered bears.
Last time I was there, we saw 6 in 2 days.
It's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
Says the man with the bear over his shoulder.
There you
He
go.
sees a bear every day.
You do?
Brylang says bear wrestling.
That's right.
Bear wrestling is so 1965.
Bears just want a hug, Dora Moore, says Brylang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We had this discussion on my Facebook page today, and Skookum Bear kept saying, "Why do people run from me?" I suggested he should have been Skookum Bunny.
Remember, you don't have
He
to
didn't
outrun
like
the
that
bear.
suggestion.
Yeah, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun the other hiker.
Well, I thought I could outrun Nankikaro. Turns out I can't. We ran across a bear last year.
You know, a
And-
bear is amazing motivation.
Yeah, no kidding. And I was in the front of the line, and I looked up, and it was like a homeless camp with lots of garbage and stuff. And I looked up, and 10 meters away was a bear. And she was right behind me, and I just said, "Bear." And she said, "What?" I said, "Bear." And she was gone. I turned around, couldn't even see her. I got back to the car. I'm pretty sure she time traveled back to the car.
Then Kikaro shaped hole in the side of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that in cartoons. It's really true. Hey, Sprouter is on break from work and wants to say
Yeah.
hi. Everybody say
Sprouter.
hi to Sprouter.
Roll
Hi,
over.
Sprouter.
Hey, Sprouter.
Better.
There you go. Get back to work now.
Hey, Sprouter, thanks for the caches on the Mount Rainier Geo Tour. Loved them. And I stayed at the hotel where your multi is.
Nice.
Ooh, how very nice. Was it that tough of a multi? You had to stay overnight to do it?
You do. It takes you 2 days to do his multi. So plan appropriately.
Was there an orange apron involved? No. Never mind.
Oh, you can't do things like that.
Oh,
This is why we don't have sponsors.
I didn't say anything. What?
So, summer plans.
Yes, so I'm going on a cruise out of Vancouver to Alaska, leaving next Friday.
You know we all hate you now.
Of course, I know.
Yeah. Okay, no, go ahead. We're fine.
Yeah, wave as you pass Tacoma.
I
Wait, what?
I will. How's that? Well, actually,
Okay.
I'm flying to Vancouver, so I'll drop something down for you.
Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah.
It'll be blue
Will
ice.
it be blue? Okay.
Blue ice,
blue.
yeah. Yeah, I'll send Chris of the Northwest out to catch that. Thanks.
But the cruise is a one-way cruise up to Alaska, and then we're two nights in Denali and 2 nights in Fairbanks. So Fairbanks will be my most northerly cache.
And then you'll never come home because it's a
I was
one-way
going to say
cruise.
it's a one-way.
Well, I'm flying back.
Are you moving or?
Does it involve a long walk and a short pier?
Something like that.
Okay.
That's awesome. So,
Did you somehow work a train in this equation?
yes, that's the question.
Well, Skagway.
Okay,
Skagway
good.
train. And then, of course,
is there any train from Alaska back to the mainland?
no.
If there was, some way Mark would find it.
Yes, he
No.
would know.
But also taking a train from Denali to Fairbanks, too, on the Alaska Railroad. So
You know, because trains.
it is. And I arrive in Vancouver the day before the cruise, and so I'll be riding the new section of the SkyTrain, of course.
Of course.
From the
Of
airport
course.
to the downtown.
Well, out towards the new line out to the east. The Millennium, the Evergreen.
Oh.
What was the Evergreen line? It's now Millennium line.
Right. Very exciting. Yes.
Isn't that exciting?
Actually, I do have to say that at the terminus of that line out in in Coquitlam is actually a really nice town. They've done a really nice job with that part of town. It's a really nice little spot to visit, and a few geocaches in the park right there where the train station is. And in fact, the theater that the station is right at is where in the last 2 years we have held our Metro Vancouver Geocachers GGIF event. So
Nice.
So it's a really nice area.
Nice. And I plan to get your cache by the Main Street station on the Canada line.
Cool.
Oh, the nice legs one.
Yes.
Yes, it is there.
Good.
Lots of people-
That's good. I see you have a smiley face one that's a little bit further.
Yes. Yeah, Smileys for Everyone is also there. Just the log sheet's full and I need to get out there.
Now, why is it the
I know it's
Millennial
there.
line?
Well, the original Millennium line opened up at the new Millennium.
Okay.
You got
So
the
say,
expo-
shouldn't
the
it be the Sesquicentennial line?
That's true. It should be.
I just wanted to work Sesquicentennial in there. Sorry.
You're the only one who can pronounce it. Everybody go, it's something like Sasquatch. I don't know what it is.
I like that, the Sasquatch line.
I think that's a rock music festival or something.
It is.
See? Sasquatch.
Oh, there you go. Sasquatch is blurry, apparently.
Well, you never get a good picture of him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, every picture of Sasquatch is blurry.
Yes, exactly. Summer plans. Well, I just found out my wife is going to Las Vegas, so I thought I'd go along. She's actually going down for a conference.
Did
for
she
a couple of
invite you?
days. No.
No.
But I worked out a plan to drive down and meet her, and we'll drive back up together. But I can drive down through Utah. Now, I'm not going to spend 4 days and get everything.
Spend 6 days.
I could, yeah.
You're
I'll hit
missing
some.
out.
I know. On the road trip a couple of years ago from when I moved my parents out from Ohio, I've told this story many times. I missed the state of Wyoming. I was driving through and thought, well, I've got plenty of time for a cache, and there goes the sign, thanks for visiting Wyoming. I'm like, no. So my plan is stop in Salt Lake City, take a quick jaunt just across the border to Wyoming, get a cache, come back. And then I can get Utah. Following 15 just clips the top of Arizona and goes into Nevada, and I need all 4 of those states.
There you go.
The Virgin River area there that you go through is really pretty.
In Arizona?
Yeah, so that Utah, Arizona, Nevada interconnection part there. Once you get through the valley and you're into Nevada, it's kind of
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Nevada.
It's true. I remember that.
But the Utah,
yeah,
Arizona part is really nice.
I've been through the Southwest there, but this was all prior to geocaching, so it doesn't really count for anything.
No. It's not like you were really there.
No, I have no proof. I
No.
have no souvenirs, no cache finds. Nobody knows I was there.
I think that's your empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GeoNav pros? Yeah, we don't like you either. Okay.
Dude,
So, you were a lot of fun to cache with,
thank you.
even though
were-
you were really quite wet.
I saw photos, yes.
That was hilarious. I
Yeah,
was stoked.
We went out to lunch afterwards, and you left a little puddle on the floor.
Marking territory?
The story's getting really interesting.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave it at that. We'll let the story build, the legend build. From there.
Yeah, it's more fun that way.
Not going to talk about the fish. Is that what you're saying? How big was it?
It was this big.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a geocache. Land Monkey, tell me where we were. I know we were at is it a short or long track race? Or you say it.
I'm trying. Okay, I don't have context. Which?
There's a fountain up there.
Swim with the fishes.
Okay, swimming with the fishes. Right. Okay. Thank you. So it is the Olympic Oval.
And I wasn't even there, and I know where it was.
It was the long track speed skating
Long track.
venue for the Olympics. It's now a rec center, very, very nice rec center. And there's a lot of really cool outdoor art. One of them is a fountain that it's quite a tall fountain, and it has steel salmon mounted in the fountain. So there you go. That's where we
And
went.
the only way to get this cache is to get wet. There's no way you can
actually go in the fountain.
Did he go in the fountain?
Yes.
Seth climbed the side of the fountain but didn't find the cache. I have
That
a
was the
picture.
first time I went in the fountain.
And in the early part of May, it was not warm.
No.
No.
Well,
That's
it's a
why
good
it's
reason.
called swimming with the fishes.
Yes.
You got to get in with them.
You got to get in.
Yep.
And your wife's boots were just the right height, were they not?
They were indeed.
Yeah. She could wait in there without getting water down her boots.
Mrs. GeoNav Pros.
Yes.
She's there with me when I need her.
So a pair of wellies may be all you need to defeat this cache.
Mhm.
Nice. Any mega event plans for this summer? I'm assuming nobody's going to Geo Woodstock this weekend
No.
in North Carolina.
No.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of mega events in the Northwest, do we?
Even
Yes, we
less in
do.
California.
Well, you've got Geo Coin Fest this year at the Queen Mary.
Yep, all the way in the south part of the state.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a big state.
Mhm.
That's 800 miles worth of state, north to south. That's a long way.
Yeah.
We have the Ape event, which is mega.
Going ape. Yep.
We have the Tri-Cities. Yep.
Cities.
That's going to be a mega. And all the others.
Yeah, lots of great events. Not to take anything away from any of the other events that go on through the summer, but if you're looking for that mega icon, there's only the two: one in June, one in August.
Yeah. Now that the block party is over, the block party would let's see, the Ape event. So you could get 2 megas in a day or 2 megas in a weekend there. Were there a couple of none of the other side events ever made mega, did they?
No,
But they got close.
I think so.
Well, if you listen to last week's episode, you know how big the Ape event is going to be this year. And
Huge.
really, it's huge. And if there's an event to go to in the Northwest, I'm going to say it's the Ape event this year.
Right. So Start Casher in the chat says that the Midwest Geobash in July is on his agenda.
Yeah.
Brylang was mentioning Tri-Cities and the Going Ape,
Mm-hmm.
17 events as well. So yeah, I think, as far as mega events, that's probably the extent of what we'll have. But, there's lots of other great events that go on in the Northwest through the summer. And hey, Chris of the Northwest, if people wanted to know where to find out about great events in the Northwest during the summer and beyond this summer, where could they go to get that
I
information?
don't know just yet.
Oh, okay.
You can go to cashingnw.com/events. I didn't remember if I got that working. Yes, it works. cashingnw.com/events for major Northwest events. We've got the Tri-Cities GeoCoin Challenge. The same weekend as the Beaverton Cash Machine. So you get to choose there. And then Going Ape, Cash-Splash 3. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's such a
Long Beach area.
Long Beach. Yep. The September 23rd, we're looking at a Kelowna cash machine. Yes, Kelowna.
Well done. Well
We
pronounced.
know where that is.
Practicing.
Kelowna. Isn't there a bear in Kelowna?
Yes.
Two.
Challenge bear. There's more than one, but
Oh,
if you're
okay.
talking about the GeoArt bear.
Dora Moore seen 6 in 2 days.
Yeah, there you go.
That wasn't Kelowna, though.
Oh, could have been.
So Kelowna is kind of the home of geoart in British Columbia. There's a lot of geoart in and around that area.
Waka
And-
waka.
Yeah, no. And if you're in the Kelowna area, you're actually only about an hour, 2 hours out of Gold Country. So, if you're
Nice.
thinking of coming up and doing the cash machine in Kelowna, in the Okanagan, it's in September, right?
Yes, September 23rd.
So you're going to miss the stupid crazy tourism part of Kelowna. So you're actually going to Kelowna in shoulder season, which the wineries are in full swing and all the yahoos are out of town. So it's the perfect time to come up to Kelowna. Kelowna is also sort of the winery capital of British Columbia as well. Just the Okanagan Lake there is just hundreds, exaggeration, but lots of wineries in that area. So, if you're thinking about coming up for the cash machine, make a long weekend of it. Enjoy it. It's a really beautiful place to visit, especially in September.
Nice. Brian Lang says I may skip the cash machine and do my own cash machine in Gold Country.
Nice.
There
Yeah,
you
there you
There
go.
you go.
So yeah, I may have to do that. I may have to see if I can get up there a day or two early and do some of those Gold Country caches. I hear good things about them.
Yeah.
In fact,
absolutely.
next week we're going to hear even more good things about them.
Yes, all
I hear.
kinds of great news. And in fact,
Reportedly, supposedly.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I hear there is actually news about that
Ooh.
geo tour that is going to
Shake the world.
Tune in next week.
There you go.
Now, how much would you pay? And Brian Lang says you were not exaggerating about the number of wineries. There's 200 plus vineyards and 120 wineries in the Okanagan.
Nice. So go
I
up
mean-
and find some geocaches and bring a designated driver with you.
Yes. I mean, everybody can have a winery in their garage. It seems that way around here. Well, let's do a winery tour. Yeah, we'll go there and there and there. Yeah, I've got a row of grapes here. I'm doing my own wine. But cider, I think, is now taking off more than wine. Am I right?
Yeah, I think
Do
so.
we know?
Yeah, that's a social game that didn't take off.
Cider. Nice. On that
You had
note-
me on that one.
on
What
that
do you
note
mean? Cider's taking off? Oh,
of cider, cideries, and Gold Country, as we were talking about moments ago, Gold Country has in that area has a really good cidery up there, Left Field Cider. Definitely worth checking out when you're in Gold Country.
just go anywhere up to Gold Country and turn left.
Yeah, something like that. One of Mrs. Land Monkey's favorite little places to stop.
Well, we're here on the left coast, so
Yeah, that's true. Well, folks, can you believe we have already run an hour?
No.
time flies.
All right. Well, then we should start wrapping things up.
We
I think
should.
so. Folks,
So-
please go ahead.
I was gonna say next week. Don't forget, you mentioned Gold Country. You're going to want to come back and hear more about that. But until that time,
Terry.
until that time, where could listeners find more about the three hosts? Because we'll be back next week, right? Land Monkey, where could we find more about you?
So, you know what? If you go to Twitter or Instagram and search @LandMonkeyGC, you can follow us. You'll see all kinds of great pictures from the geo tours and #geocache road trips that we take, and be able to follow our adventures. And, you can follow us on our blog, landmonkey.blogspot.ca. And of course, watch for new episodes of Land Monkey's Geocaching Adventures by just searching the words Land Monkey on YouTube. We'd love to have
Nice.
you follow us. How about you, my friend Wits End?
Well, as I often say, if you want to find interesting content, go check out Land Monkey's Geocaching Adventures. And if you want to be bored out of your gourd, you can follow Wits End on Twitter, Facebook, geocaching, and all those kind of places. Chris of the Northwest, sir, how about you?
Well, I would find myself right here every Thursday night. But if you're on Twitter, head on over to Caching NW, Facebook, or Google Plus, Caching NW. Better yet, go to cachingnw.com. I seem to say this a lot. /hosts You can go to events too, but head to /house. Read our bios, find the links we just mentioned, plus a whole lot more. And as we do every week, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Don't forget that you can be part of the show. In fact, all of you are part of the show tonight. You see, I say this every week and you don't believe me. You can be part of the show. Call in to 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or fax us a bottle of wine any time of the day or night. Of course, you can always email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Your support helps keep quality shows coming. So if you like this show, maybe not this episode, but if you like this show, please click the Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website. This show is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2016 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, I'd stay tuned for
The after show.
Because
it's even
that's what
copyright 2017.
I was going to say copyright 2017, I think.
what
So
did I
was
say?
I.
Did I say 2016?
We did.
Yeah.
He's just covering all his bases, guys.
2016, 2017, and 2018.
It's copyrighted past, present, and future.
It says 2017 is what I should have read, but
You were thinking of the past.
somebody threw me off with text in there that's not normally in there. Remember, first pull up, then pull down. I'm like, where did that come from?
What's that reference to?
I see those as toilet protectors. I don't know. I see those words on toilet protectors. And anyway. Oh.
So, hey, in the chat room, Brian Lang, our research department, has clarified that I was, in fact, not exaggerating by the number of wineries in the Okanagan area. There are 200 plus vineyards and 120 wineries in the Okanagan region. So there you go.
If you had a better internet connection tonight, you would have known that.
No, I just rely on Brian Lang. Hey, and we've already got a hashtag FATAS from Team Finn. Hashtag FATAS from Team Finn. Is it possible to find 192 caches by August 19th?
Of course it is.
It's like, yeah, you can find them in a weekend. I mean,
It depends on where you want to find these caches.
That's
yeah,
true.
what kind of caches, et cetera, et cetera.
Earth caches, maybe not.
I would suggest not trying to do 192 Earth caches in one weekend. No.
Huh.
But it's a long weekend this weekend.
There you go. Well, go right in.
GeoNav Pros, who could be speaking, says a couple of hikes, cache every day, no problem. Brian Lang says 200 caches in a day. I've done 108 caches in a day. I don't know if I could do 200. I'm sure on a power trail you can.
I think I've done 15.
1,500? 15,000?
No, 15.
Oh.
Let's assume you do 100. 2? Can I do 2? Let's assume you found 200.
Hashtag newbies.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. I've only been caching since 2004.
I think that's more Team Finn, but okay.
Oh.
With a well-oiled caching team.
Oh, that's not me.
No.
I'm rusty as you can get.
Oil
Yep.
optional.
Hey, but speaking of milestones and numbers and all that kind of stuff, you mentioned earlier, you mentioned Donners, and I saw on social media that she hit her 1,000th find. So
Right.
congratulations to Donners.
Yeah, she was out with Tracy from World Caching and a few
Yeah.
other folks.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, we saw those pictures as well while we were away doing our Mount Rainier National Park trip. So that was really cool to see that.
Well, we got to get her to call in.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her on Friday.
Okay.
And that's one of the Richmond 150 series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also posted a nice picture of the geocoin on her social media. So
What,
Mm.
shouldn't there be 150 caches?
you would think.
Yeah.
Well, there's 50 total if you do both parts of the geotour.
Okay, and just do them 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
With 3 people.
And I'd say log them 3 times, but I don't think you can do that anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
No, not anymore.
No, they fixed that.
Hmm.
Just like a good dog, been fixed.
That isn't what makes the dog good, by the way. Just,
Oh,
It's tough to get the parts.
you can get those in mail order now.
Hmm. Okay.
Amazon has them. Amazon has everything, and they'll deliver them by drone.
Ooh. Well, I'll order 2 then. Can I keep the drone?
3 miles of an airport.
Yeah.
Brylang says no more duplicate logs.
Oh, okay. I'll just type in original content each time.
Okay. No cut and paste.
that may be the point of that software upgrade. Hey, speaking of software upgrades, what does everybody think about the new personal profile that was also shared as news on our show a couple of weeks ago when we had Ben and Jamie on the show? Any feedback? Any thoughts about that? Has anybody even looked at it? Has
I've
everybody
looked at
turned
it.
it back off?
It's so for me. I'm still getting used to it. So
I think it's better than the page that was there.
I agree with that. It looks more modern. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I turned mine off because I had too many friends making finds.
Yeah, I think that's the weird part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a switch to turn your finds off on your friend's page.
Yeah.
But your friends have to reciprocate.
Yeah.
I don't care about your finds.
Exactly. And
Well,
I think
I care. It's just when they make 50 a day, it gets to be a bit much.
yeah.
Chandra Broncos fans for life says I like the new profile now that I'm used to it.
Yeah, I think I'm with her on that. I like the new profile that I'm used to. There's a few things that are just a little trickier to find, but again, it's just once you get used to where to find them, it's fine.
That's exactly right. Yep.
The one thing they do need to fix though is that, and when Jamie was on the show, I think she made the point that they're really trying to make the site and the app start to be a lot more social oriented, which is fine. And I think that's why they went with seeing all your friends' logs. But I'm just not sure. I kind of get a feeling that idea wasn't thought all the way through.
What if you're antisocial like all of us?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you don't have to be antisocial. It's just it's not really a useful thing.
No.
Right. Well, and Brylang contributes in the chat. He says, the new pages show some promise, but they still need work. And so please use those feedback links if you don't like it, or offer some constructive criticism.
Exactly.
I did.
People do the same thing.
I wrote in and told them I didn't like to see that because it made me jealous.
I can understand why they did it. It's like your Twitter feed, like your Facebook feed. You get to see what's going on with your friends, and they're out geocaching. I should go out geocaching. I think that's the idea, but when you see 17 logs in a row from one person, you're like, yeah, they went out geocaching today, and I have to work.
Yep.
Exactly. And it's not like it's bringing up photos or anything like that either. It's just so-and-so logged this cache, so-and-so logged so-and-so DNF that cache. It's not, there's no content to it. So from that perspective, that's why I'm kind of meh about it also. If it was actually bringing up interesting like photos, so it would only bring up caches that had photos associated with it or something like that, and maybe it'd be a little more interesting.
Right.
But honestly, the utility aspect of it, I find on the original site design, it's handy to be able to access my own logs. So I like that. And if they're going to keep something, then I would rather they either just put my own logs in that same area, or
I think you still can
other kind of social feed. Make it so you can plug in your own Twitter feed to it. I mean, something like that.
Broncos
Even
fans
if they made it smaller and put it on one side.
There you go.
Yeah,
Broncos
but
fans
I would say, why do they even need to have it at all? Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
When you do 100 cache power trail, nobody wants to see those.
That's right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
She also says she wants to see a cover photo like on Facebook. And I have to contribute that If anything on the geocaching.com profile page is like Facebook, I'm not interested. Just saying.
What if it was like Twitter or Google Plus?
Maybe.
MySpace.
MySpace. Nice.
My what?
Yeah, there's the solution.
Let's do it. GeoCities.
Hey.
Hey.
Heartland Meadows 7546.
Yeah.
Just saying.
How about newsgroup style? Come on.
Yeah. CompuServe 75337, 2334.
Exactly. We've come for a sucker.
Wow.
I'm an old nerd.
Yes, you are.
And it is
Starcacher says the dates shown are the dates the logs are entered in the system, not the date of the log or the find. So there you go. IHAM says, Mark, you can tell the more social geeks, they look at the other guy's shoes.
That's right. That's true.
That's funny.
You people still use Google Plus?
There's 3 people probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, Chris is one of them.
No, not much anymore. Oh, here it is. Team Finn says if you're craving an FTF on a multi for in Kent this weekend, keep your phone ready.
Oh,
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, Team Finn, you can plug your event here. And
absolutely.
if it needs charge, go ahead and plug it in.
Free charging station for events.
We're holding our breath. He's typing. I know it.
It takes a long time to type a GC code,
Especially if you don't know what it is right off the top. You got to go look for it.
especially when autocorrect keeps respelling it on you.
GC something or another. Yeah.
GC whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So while we wait for that from Team Finn, we probably just about wrapped up for tonight.
I think so.
Pretty close.
I think this went well. What do you guys think?
I thought it went well. Happy 200.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Mark.
Thanks for being part of it.
Thanks for inviting us.
So in another 100 episodes, we'll do it again.
Excellent.
I'll have to be on each of your 100
Yeah.
milestones.
That's right.
Yeah. Every 100 shows.
The only one who can say she's been on 100 and 200.
So here you go. Team Finn's got in there. He says, if you really like donuts and you live near Renton, then stop by GC 759 QM next Friday. Should be lots of fun.
Ooh,
All right.
I like donuts. Do you like
then,
waffles?
stop by GC
Yes, I like waffles.
759 QM next Friday.
National Donut Day event in Washington. National
Cool.
Donut Day.
So it sounds like Chris and Jim, your office is in Renton on next Friday.
Yes, it's
It
at
must
Top
be.
Pot Donut. 6 to 7:30 p.m. We can make that.
We may just have to go. Between now and then, shameless plug, if you'd like to see me dancing in lederhosen, come by Seattle Center for NorthWest Folklife Festival on Monday, Memorial Day here in the U.S.
And really,
nice.
who wouldn't like to see you dancing in lederhosen?
I'm telling
I
you.
don't know about that at all. I might pass.
No, it's okay. The therapy gets rid of the images pretty quick. IHAM says, congrats. Bring back the puppets for 250.
There he's here.
The puppets. Where's the puppets? There's the puppets.
Can you tell which one's which?
Yeah.
Seeing double. Where's the
And
monkey?
I need to update the facial hair on mine.
Where's the monkey?
He's upstairs in my office. Somebody's got to be working.
Do you have him typing on typewriters?
Yeah.
The monkey? Yeah. And eventually you're going to come out with a novel.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's how my work gets done at my job.
Oh.
Everyone needs a monkey to do their job.
All right. Well, we're going to call it a night there, Chris.
It's a night.
Waving good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a great night.
Right.
Thank you all for stopping by. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Good night.
And until next week, Get out and get caching in the Northwest.